Hello, children. Welcome to our radio learning program for P5 Science. This is a continuation of our radio learning programs produced by Rwanda Education Board with the support from UNICEF Rwanda in partnership with IEE, Inspire, Educate and Empower Rwanda. My name is Teacher Gerard. Children, get ready with your pens and notebooks for taking notes, doing exercises and homework. After that, sit next to the radio, tune it to be loud enough, and be ready to listen to it keenly, as well as participating in radio lesson activities. Parents, I would like you to be part of the child's learning by moving closer to the children and follow up what they are doing and support them where necessary. Thank you. Now, children, we've been learning, and always I like learners to be remembering what we have learned. So before we go to what we learned last time, I want you to chat with me. And the chat is a small one. Let us stand up to have a chant, which I'm going to do 2 times. Then you will join me to chant for the 3rd time. Is that clear? Good. The chant goes. And listen. I eat, I eat. I eat, I eat. I eat chicken. I eat veggies and chapati. I eat, I eat. I eat some fruits. I eat some rice. I take water. I feel better. I feel better. Again. I eat, I eat. I eat, I eat. I eat chicken. I eat veggies. I eat chapati. I eat, I eat. I eat some fruit. I eat some rice. I take water. I feel better. I feel better. Good. Now, children, can you join me and then we chant? As you are chanting, where does food go? Food goes into the stomach. So, I want you to be rubbing your stomach because food has gone into the stomach, such that now it starts getting digested into the body. So as you are chanting the eat, you touch and rub your stomach. Do you understand? Great. Let us chant. 1, 2, go. I eat, I eat. I eat, I eat. I eat chicken. I eat veggies and chapati. I eat, I eat. I eat some fruits. I eat some rice. I take water. I feel better. I feel better. Wonderful, wonderful. That is so great. Now, children, can you remember what we learned about last time? Perfect. In our last lesson, we learned about the human body and specifically parts and function of the digestive system. Is that correct? Very good. Now, can you take 20 seconds to remember and write down the parts of the alimentary canal? Write down the parts of the alimentary canal that you can remember. Marvelous. I like that. The parts of the alimentary canal that we saw are the mouth, esophagus or the gullet, the stomach, the duodenum, the small intestines, the large intestines, the rectum, and the anus. Is that correct? Good.
Come along and play with us.
Today, we are going to learn about the stages of digestion. Write that one down. The stages of digestion. Now, let us look at the digestive system that you drew in your notebook. Now, my friends, after food preparation, we sit by the table to take food. After prayers for the food, we start eating by putting food into our mouths. It will be broken into smaller particles, then gets absorbed into the body, and the remains of the undigested food gets out as feces. That is the whole process. I've said, when food is already, we are there by the table, we pray, then we put food into our mouths. The food is going to be broken into smaller particles at most of the stages, then gets absorbed into the body, and the remains of the undigested food gets out as feces. Do you understand that? Good. Now, digestion takes place in stages. Get me well? Digestion takes place in stages. These are, number one, right? Ingestion. I-N-G-E-S-T-I-O-N. Ingestion. Number two, digestion. D-I-G-E-S-T-I-O-N. Digestion. Number four, absorption. A-B-S-O-R-P-T-I-O-N. Absorption. And lastly, egestion. E-J-E-T-I-O-N. Egestion. Is that clear? Good. We are going to see these stages one by one and what happens. Let us start with ingestion. Ingestion refers to the intake of food into the mouth. The intake. We should ingest clean food and digestible foods. Clean and digestible foods. When you are taking food into the mouth, that is ingestion. Now, we are advised to take clean and digestible food. It is wrong to ingest non-food materials like soil, metals, and plastics. Some people eat soil. I don't know what's wrong with them, my friends. It is wrong to ingest or to put some things into your mouth like soil, like metals, and plastics. They are dangerous to our health. Then there's a stage of digestion. The stage of digestion is in different categories. Digestion in the mouth. Write down. Digestion in the mouth. Great. In the mouth, we have the teeth. We have the tongue and saliva. What do you think are the work of these things here? What are the functions of the teeth, the tongue, and the saliva? They are found in the mouth. Great. The ingested food is chewed or broken down using the teeth, and they get mixed with saliva from salivary glands. Saliva from salivary glands. Saliva is spelled S-A-L-I-V-A. Now, once food is broken into smaller pieces by the teeth, it gets mixed with the saliva. Saliva is a digestive juice that moistens the food. You take food and then you find that it has some moisture. It has some water in it. The tongue then rolls the food into small rounded balls called boluses. I'm spelling boluses. B-O-L-U-S-E-S. Boluses. The work of the tongue is to roll the chewed food into boluses such that it can now be swallowed easily through the gullet. Saliva also contains digestive substance or called enzymes. Write enzymes in bracket. E-N-Z-Y-M-E-S. Enzymes. The enzymes are chemicals. They are liquid-like things. They help in the breakdown of food. In the mouth, the enzyme break down the starch into a simple form. The food boluses are then pushed through the esophagus. The esophagus is that tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. You can see it. Good. Food moves through the esophagus in a continuous wave of contraction and relaxation. A continuous wave of contraction and relaxation. These waves are called peristalsis. Peristalsis. I'm spelling peristalsis. P-E-R-I-S-T-A-L-S-I-S. Peristalsis. When it shrinks from behind, the front opens for the food to move, and it continues like that until the food will reach the stomach. My friends, digestion starts in the mouth and ends in the small intestines. Is that clear? Wonderful. Let us now see digestion in the stomach. From the esophagus, the food enters the stomach. The lining of the stomach produces a digestive enzyme which help in the digestion of proteins. The stomach lining also produces hydrochloric acid. It also produces hydrochloric acid. I'm spelling hydrochloric acid. H-Y-D-R-O-C-H-L-O-R-I-C. Hydrochloric acid. A-C-I-D. Acid. Hydrochloric acid. The stomach lining also produces hydrochloric acid. This acid kills germs that may be present in the food. Is that clear? Great. The stomach serves as a temporary store for food. From time to time, food is released into the small intestine. Now, digestion in the small intestine. The small intestine is divided into two parts. The upper part is known as the duodenum. The duodenum. D-U-O-D-E-N-U-M. The duodenum. And the lower part is known as the ileum. I-L-E-U-M. Ileum. Most digestion in the small intestine takes place in the duodenum. Do you get that? Great. In the duodenum, the bile and the pancreatic juices mix with food. Bile is produced by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Pancreatic juices help in further digestion of food. The ileum is involved in the absorption of digested food. The ileum is now involved in the absorption of the digested food. Is that clear? Wow!
Come along and play with us.
Now, my friends, when the food is already digested, in the ileum, fats, proteins, and carbohydrates are ready for absorption. That means they can now get into the bloodstream. The absorption is now called assimilation. The absorption is called assimilation. A-S-S-I-M-I-L-A-T-I-O-N. Assimilation. Absorption is also known as assimilation. My friends, the digested food is absorbed into the bloodstream through the ileum or through the walls of the ileum. Now, we are going to the last stage. Elimination. We have seen digestion, digestion, absorption, and then now elimination. That means the undigested food is now going to be thrown out. But before that, listen to this. The indigested materials and unabsorbed food and water, now after the ileum, they enter the large intestines. They enter the large intestines. The large intestines consist of the colon and the rectum. Colon. C-O-L-O-N. Colon. And the rectum. R-E-C-T-U-M. The rectum. The large intestines consist of the colon and the rectum. In the colon, most of the water is absorbed into the bloodstream. Get that well. Most of the water is absorbed in the colon, into the bloodstream. The remaining food waste is passed down to the rectum. Anything that has passed the colon, they will go to the rectum. The rectum will store undigested food before passing through the anus as feces. The rectum stores the undigested food, the wastes, before they are passed out through the anus. The removal of the undigested food is known as digestion. I'm spelling again digestion. E-G-E-S-T-I-O-N. Digestion. Do you understand? Great children. You have to remember that 1. Water and mineral salts are absorbed in the large intestines, the colon. Water and mineral salts are absorbed in the large intestines or the colon. Vitamins and glucose are not digested. They are absorbed directly in the bloodstream. Vitamins and glucose are not digested. They are absorbed directly into the bloodstream. Is that clear? Good. That will mark the end of our lesson today. Till we meet in the next radio lesson. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye, children. See you next time. Goodbye, 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 teacher.